Hey everybody, before we get into today's episode of the W Time Podcast, I want to take a moment to talk about our new sponsor, W Energy. If you're tired of the usual energy drinks packed with fillers and artificial ingredients, W Energy is here to change the game. They've created a clean energy formula that is free from maltodextrin, artificial coloring, and unnecessary additives. What sets W apart is their focus on cognitive performance. Their unique blend includes vitamins and nootropics, with the star ingredient being Neurofactor. This patented extract from high-quality coffee cherries has been clinically shown to boost brain performance so you can stay sharp and energized throughout your day. And here's the best part. You can enjoy all of this without breaking the bank. If you're ready for that big energy boost, head over to their website and use code SCIENCE at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's SCIENCE and get 10% off of every order. And it lets them know that we sent you. A big thank you to W Energy for giving us the extra kick we need and for sponsoring today's show. Now, let's get into the episode.
Just to be clear, your username is JS Gammon.
Yeah.
Steve, why does it sound like you didn't come up with that name? You sounded so disappointed in your own name.
No, I wasn't. It's been a long fucking day.
I was gonna say, are you sad because your family used to be slave owners?
I mean, look, you never know. You never know. Would I be surprised? Absolutely the fuck not.
No, he's mad. He's mad because his family's gene pool is both above ground and inflatable.
You may be onto something there.
Jesus Christ. Anyway.
I'm down there, my fuzzy little man, Peach.
Oh, criminy.
Dude, you have no idea. You have no idea. Like,
Inflatable.
there's a part of me that is very excited that old Greg has made a come back.
Oh.
Because that shit all over TikTok.
He's
Oh,
making
of course it is.
he's making a comeback like Kim Kardashian.
Jesus. Oh man.
She got coming back, right?
Oh, that one time with
she
Ray
did.
J. Jesus, man, how many of those do you guys remember ever coming out? Also, by the way, Steve and Joe and
So
Anthony
many.
here. I don't know what episode this is. 23, 24. Anyway,
23.
how many of those do you remember? Because I remember there was the Pam Anderson one with Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee.
There was the Paris Hilton one, whoever the fuck that was. I can't remember who the guy was. And then the Kim Kardashian one, right?
Mm-hmm.
But is there any other, like, what other major one? Because I can't. Those are the only three that I remember that have ever like happened in my lifetime.
Those are the only videos I remember. I remember there being leaks. Like, remember the
No, there's the you remember the Teen Mom, the chick from Teen Mom?
Oh, that's right. The one that lives in North, like 20 minutes from me.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yep. There was that one. Yep, I remember that one. Okay, 4.
There's been a few.
I just feel like that's a very low number. I feel like that number should be higher. For some reason, in my brain, I just feel like that number throughout human history should be higher.
I really feel like I don't have the proper amount of equipment to give a shit.
It popped into my head of like, I can't remember how many of those ever been made. I can't remember why it popped in my head. It was from a conversation earlier. We were picking on Steve.
Newt's not here right now to take the blunt, so I got to do it anyway.
I thought it was usually Hayes takes the blunt.
Yeah. Oh, so we had Bella's birthday party today.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Good. We had everybody house and everybody left. So excited.
Just for clarification for audience members, Bella is a child, not a dog.
Yeah.
Steve's not that way.
It's one of my 5. But some family and stuff had come in for it, and my buddy, which is also my supervisor at work, he came by. He hung out because he bought our kitchen table from us because I've got to go pick up the other one, or I got to get the other one from my parents' house, and I
But
got a
as long,
host. I got a host gift.
ooh,
A host gift. Nice.
always nice.
You know, Steve, that is one thing I will say. There is one thing I've always been a little. If I had to say there was one thing that I admire and that I'm a little envious of you is you guys. You guys have such a big family. I have such a small. That looks really good.
Ooh, that looks good.
Ooh,
Crown Royal
ooh.
blackberry.
Brown roll
But
blackberry. That sounds
I agree with
delicious.
Dickel. You know, fun fact, Dickel. If he has one more kid at the same hospital, he finishes his punch card and it's free.
He wishes.
Jokes on you. Only 2 of them came from me.
But no, it's not even that. Steve has a very large family just in general, um, and they're all very
How?
tight knit. My family's
When
very
dude,
small,
well,
and we're tight knit, but not like
and tight knit is tight knits. Not, I wouldn't go tight knit because on my dad's side of the family, there's literally I have not seen most of them since God, I want to say since my great grandfather passed away. No, it was when my grandfather passed. We get
oh, dude, I
together at
feel you.
funerals.
I feel you. My mom's side of the family, I
Yeah.
don't talk to. We don't speak to my mom's side of the
But
family. They're just
whenever my great grandfather, before he passed, it was like we knew it was coming because his health had took a big decline, and we we knew it was coming. So we had a mandatory family Christmas for everybody to show up,
I love
and
those.
we had one of those like guest books
Mhm.
that you see at funerals. Um, yeah,
Have a
I don't know why
holly
we had that.
jolly Christmas.
I don't know why we had that type of book, but hey, whatever. Um, and everybody signed it whenever they got there, so that it's just kind of one of those he had it, whatever. And the head count that was done before everybody started leaving, we had 102 living family members there.
Damn.
Jesus.
We
Yeah,
like rabbits,
see,
bruh. We don't die, we multiply.
you cannot say that and do that face at the same time ever again. That was
That was unsettling.
you with the screens reflecting in your glasses. You just look like every fucking pedophilic creep ever on a TV show.
Fuck you.
But
Well,
jokes
you
aside, no.
also
But honestly, you got a big family, man. I'm always very. I like the idea of big families. I like
I forgot how
I've
many people were at my wedding.
my buddy PJ's got a huge family, and like yeah, that's it. Yeah, like they get their. I've been to weddings for his family, and they're always huge and great and fun. And
I
ours are
think
just
uh,
we only
miserable
had
because there's like
like
I'm
5 people
that's
that like each other.
coming from New York. I'm like surprised that you didn't have a big family.
Oh my god! So all right, so my old man side of the family, right? All very much like keep to yourself, like take care of you and your own. So like they had a lot of friends and acquaintances and stuff
those
like
are my
that,
kind of people.
but it was like my dad, his sister, and his brother. His brother's a prick. He makes a ton of money out in fucking Ohio somewhere. He's kind of a dick, but whatever. He's not too terrible. His sister doesn't really like she keeps in contact with my mom because they were married for fucking 35 years. But otherwise, like I don't really talk to them very much. But they're nice and all. Her husband also was kind of a dick to me, but he's Polish, so we don't hold that against him.
Yeah,
Dogs.
But
I'm gonna have to
I
bleep
have to
that one.
beep that. Yeah, I was
Um,
gonna say I have to beep that. But
My bad, dog.
and otherwise they're all just kind of like out and about, whatever. My mom's side of the family, on the other hand, are all fucking insane, and so we just don't associate, except for like one part of the family. But even they're kind of crazy, so we're like, we don't need that going
We
on
can
right
so
do
now.
without.
you want to talk
Mm-hmm.
big families? For my wedding, mind you, I had a COVID wedding. The original
Oof.
guest list was 250,
Turned out to be a Skype
and
call of
most,
106.
basically, yeah, no. So
Jesus.
the venue, because of COVID, only allowed 50. I had to cut it one aunt and uncle, no first cousins with the exception of one who was the driver for my grandmother, and then my wife's side of the family. Like with 50 people, we couldn't do first cousins.
Yeah. Man,
I
that
don't have
sucks.
50. I
That
don't
would.
have 50 people that I like. Okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So,
I mean,
as a reference, my wife's mother is one of 7.
Yeah. Fuck that.
Jesus.
And with the exception of 2 of them, all of them are married with kids.
Damn.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I mean, think about it. If you have 6 other siblings, like, and all of them have 2 kids apiece, you're already at 12.
Right.
No.
Both
What?
both of my parents
18?
are one
Something
of
like that. Some
3,
big ass number.
Fucking math.
and they all had at least 2 kids, or they balanced each other out by because one had 3 and one had 1.
Oh, speaking of math, okay? So, sorry, I just
That's
had a
yeah.
fucking squirrel moment. Speaking of math,
You really did.
I was at work yesterday, day before, I think it's Friday. Um, and there's a couple of guys that come through, and we all just like joking, whatnot. And I looked at I looked at one of them, I was like, "You seem to be decent in math." He goes, "I don't know how to accept that, but sure." I'm like, "We were lied to as children in school. Every damn
Why?
one of us. You wanna know why? How many days whenever you were taught in school, how many days are in a year?
365, depending on the year.
Okay. How many weeks are in a year?
52,
52,
How many days are in a week?
7.
What's
7.
7 times 52?
I don't fucking know, dude. I don't do math like that.
I'll
I can
save
pull
you
out my
from getting your
calculator and shit.
calculator. Well, no, fuck it. Go ahead and get your calculator out because I want you to see it.
I'll get my
364.
okay.
It's short a day. Yeah, I told you, it depends on the year.
Yeah, that's why we have leap years.
But leap year's only once every 4 years.
Yeah, that's why we have them.
So, shouldn't it only be 364 for 3 years and then 365 on the 4th?
I mean, it's not like it's an exact mathematical science, my guy. Couldn't exactly they couldn't exactly perfectly match the rotation of the goddamn sun around the goddamn Earth, or Earth around the sun. You know what I mean?
Just
I've
saying.
stated this for years, is that the Gregorian calendar makes absolutely no sense.
Oh,
I
dude,
mean, time is an
speaking of
illusion,
that
so
too, so y'all have iPhones, right?
Hmm.
Okay.
no, I have an
Go
Android.
to open up your calendar on your iPhone and go to the
Hmm.
year 19, or no, not 19, sorry. Go to the year 1582 in October.
Steve's diving into internet fucking conspiracy theories.
1582,
I'm
you
down
said?
for it.
1582,
Why
October.
1582? Why
Yeah.
1582 in October?
You'll see. It sounds like Joe's looking it up right now, but if you go to 1582 in October, count off the days from 1 to 1 consecutive.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
I'm interested to see where this is going. What makes sense? You didn't. What is it?
Because you got to remember what happened in 1582.
I don't
So,
know what
and
happened in
so
1582.
what they did is they switched the calendars to the
That's
Gregorian
when it
calendar.
switched.
It
Ah,
switched
okay.
October 4th of 1582. If you go in your phone, look at the calendar, October 1582, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 15.
Mhm.
It
That's
literally
fucking
skipped
hilarious.
11 days
Mine
and
doesn't.
nobody picked up on it. But there's people starting to pick up on it now. They're like, "Oh my god, they took time away from us."
Who
Mm.
has nothing else better to do than all to go to some fucking to go to 1582?
People who need to touch grass.
Yep.
I mean,
Just like there was
who?
supposedly 13 months in a year, they dropped it to 12.
Well,
I'd
yeah.
believe that.
But what's ironically funny is they took the 13th month away, but the month of December is the damn near longest month of the year because it's the end of the year, Christmas is coming up, and everything seems like the longest month in the year because it crammed all that shit in one month.
Well, also because it's dark most of December. December is also the darkest month
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
winter time and it's cold and it's night all the fucking time. I hate the winter.
Because
I
they
don't
gotta
hate the
fucking
winter.
change the battery in the birds. Fucking drones.
Change the batteries in
Okay,
the birds.
so
They're
have you
solar
ever
powered. Don't you know
have
that?
you ever heard of the International Fixed Calendar?
No.
No.
So this is actually really cool. It's a concept that like it's like what if we ever redid the calendar, this is what it would be like. The calendar would have 13 months, 28 days each, divided exactly into 4 weeks, and an extra day added as a holiday at the end of the year. It would be called a year day.
Huh.
Okay.
The big benefit to this particular calendar is that the same day of every week falls on the same number of every week. So if I told you it's going to be on the 3rd, you would know automatically that that's going to be a Tuesday.
I would love that. That'd be great.
Like this, it's actually it's a really cool when you actually look at it. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture.
I'd just like to go to your boss and be like, "Hey, I have to be scheduled according to this calendar. This is the calendar that I follow. I reject
Oh, that would be
the
fucking
current
hysterical.
calendar, but this is the calendar that I follow as a religious practice. So I need to." Yes, that year
I would
day. I need that
look.
day off.
I would just go to my boss and tell him, look here, it's against my religion to work on Fridays and Mondays, but it's also against my religion to not be paid for those days. So therefore, I'm not going to be here, but yet you're going to pay me.
I mean, listen, in the day and age when everything's negotiable.
Yeah,
Okay, go
pretty much.
look in the
What'd you
side
just
chat.
send me?
Look how fucking beautiful that thing is.
I
Done.
mean, yeah.
The first week of every month is always 1 through 7. The second week 8 through 14. Third week 15 through 21. The same day of the week always falls on the same number every day of the month every year.
So basically, it basically is taking February and making it every month of the year.
Yeah,
But Soul is only 1 week.
correct. It's a new month. Wait, no.
Got
No,
it.
Soul's not 1 week. Soul is 4
Hold on a
weeks
second.
still.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be kind of odd, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it would be like it would suck for people who like have variant birthday days, like where your weekend falls on a weekend some years and some years it doesn't.
No,
Don was
because I
letting me know
mean,
there's food in my
not
kitchen.
really. It simplifies it because you can take like my birthday would fall on a Tuesday every year.
Yeah.
You
Some
see,
people
literally
don't
would
like
mine.
be able
that.
to
It's weird.
plan.
Oh, I'd get
That
Sunday.
calendar actually makes more sense because you would be able to plan
Yep.
vacation
Everything.
for like we're gonna do a yearly vacation on this date, and you can guarantee that it's this weekend. That actually makes fucking beautiful sense.
And then on
I
in
yeah.
December, they have one day called Year Day, December 29th. It's a bonus day in the year.
It's just a
And that
bonus
would be
day. I
Christmas.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
You can sick
You know what?
on that day.
I would go with that. I would totally go with that calendar. I like that idea. I liked my birthday would fall on a Sunday every year.
Well, when I take over the world,
Fuck you, my birthday was on
I'll
When I
Sunday.
take
institute
over
it.
the world. When I take over the world.
No,
Joe,
honestly, the way things have been
Joe,
going lately.
we're gonna set you in charge of emailing that to the president, telling him this needs to be a thing.
All right. So Joe, that is a great example. That's a great example. All right, let's do this. I like this idea. What if there was something that you guys could instill? If let's say you take over the world, you are now president of the world. All right, and there is something you got an executive order you can instill that you can make as like this is a requirement. Period. Flat out, you have to do this. This is what you got to follow. Whatever. Calendar is a great fucking example of that. What would you do?
I mean, first thing, food and water is a human right. Government provides you with basic nutritional necessities.
That's
I'd be down with
yeah.
that.
I'd go with that.
That would actually ease a lot of financial
Everything.
burden for a lot of people,
Yep.
Like, for
especially
real.
if you got multiple children like I do.
And it wouldn't even be
Yeah.
like bad shit. It would be like scientist approved, nutritionally valuable shit based on the cultural areas that you're in. So, like, if you're in America, yeah, like it'll be more American style cuisines. If you're in, Europe, Europe style, like whatever, like is preferential.
I don't know
Like,
about you, but that government block of cheese is one of the best, meltiest block of cheese I've ever had.
I
Right?
would not know.
That shit you didn't pay for tastes delicious.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know about that shitty fucking processed ass
That way,
government cheese.
also, it ties into a secondary policy is I would end single single harvest subsidies.
The
Like,
fuck does that mean?
so
Yeah,
like one of the big
explain that.
reasons that we grow so much fucking corn and soybeans is because we subsidize it.
Which then means
Elaborate.
Which means that
Anthony's
people
confused. You
would
have to elaborate.
abandon farm diversity over growing a single crop in like an entire
okay.
state simply for
So
the government money.
they get extra money for growing soy and corn, so they're growing a lot more soy and corn than really is necessary.
Yep.
There you go. Okay. Thank you. See, I just need to simplify in longer terms so I can put it all together. But yeah, that would be yeah, that's
Well,
always I didn't know I didn't know exactly what it was called, but I had a buddy of mine who had a farm, like basically like his family ran a farm. I helped him work on it a couple times in the summer. And
It's a
yeah, he would tell me something about that. That's the government pays you more in North Carolina to not grow tobacco than it is
Yep.
to grow tobacco because they want to buy it from like Turkey and other places. Because that's his
they
family
want to
grew a
buy it
tobacco
from
farm.
somewhere that they can buy it cheaper instead of buying it
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What
Yeah,
would be
that's
yours,
yeah,
Anthony?
that shit never made sense. Me? Man, mine would be I'm trying to think of what I would actually want to do. Because I'm on board with what Joe said about like medical care and fucking all that shit would be just yeah, you get that. Like we just provide that to you. Because why the fuck not? Why would we not? Why would we not want our citizens to be healthy?
They pay taxes longer.
Bitch, look, they don't want us to be
Right.
healthy for the simple fact that if we're healthy, then they lose money.
Yeah.
Explain.
So, damn, we're getting down rabbit holes now. Um,
Are you
All
talking about
right,
the
get the
medical
tinfoil hats
so
ready.
are you
there
talking about the medical
are,
machine that keeping people sick is more profitable than making them healthy?
yeah, so basically
Oh,
if you
yes.
were to go in for you stubbed your big toe and they're like, "Oh, we're gonna run X-rays and all this, but oh look, we also found this, this, and this. We're gonna put you on this, this, and this med, which has this, this, and this side effect. So it's gonna basically
So
you're gonna
what
be
Oh,
stuck on this forever."
you're referring to the insurance companies, not the government.
yeah, that's more insurance company
Yeah,
stuff.
well,
But no,
it
I don't even think that. It's not even that. Not
theoretically
so
they
much as
all
that
fall under the
extreme.
same damn umbrella.
I mean,
It's just
so
different
it's
parts
not.
of the umbrella.
I wouldn't say that it would fall so much as like that's not exactly the idea of it. It's more along the lines of like long term illnesses like cancer. Like the reason we don't have a straight up cure for cancer is because people get paid more and they make more money if they can keep treating you for said sickness than
Well,
Yeah,
actually curing the major sickness.
hold
That's
on.
the theory that people hold on to.
I'll let Steve go first, but then I have a thing on that.
because I agree with what you're saying, Anthony, because here's the thing is the big question in the big tinfoil hat theory is how come we've been working on trying to find a cure for cancer for what, 50 plus years? So in that
Who the fuck
ballpark
knows?
range?
More than, but yes.
I'll say
Yeah,
who the fuck
50,
knows.
that's
I
why I said
honestly don't know.
50 plus. It was a ballpark number. Um, but yet when COVID happened, they came up with a cure for that shit in like less than a month.
Okay,
It's not a
so
cure. It was a band aid. They came up with a
hold
band
on,
aid.
hold on. Okay, so let's
Vaccines aren't
address
cures. Vaccines are just band
let me
aids.
address the two topics at a time. So first, we're gonna address why COVID was cured so quickly. If you have the computing power and the resources of every single agency working simultaneously on the same thing, yeah, shit's gonna get done a lot faster. Two, COVID is not cancer. COVID is a virus. Like
I
that
never
shit,
said
like
COVID was
Yeah.
cancer. I
no,
didn't
I know,
say
but
that was
no,
cancer.
no, but that goes into my third point.
The
So
comparison of the
it's
cure for cancer to the cure for
it's like
COVID.
saying why can my mechanic fix my car in 2 days, but you can't fix this cruise ship engine in a day? Like, it's a completely different comparison. Like, when you understand the mechanics by what cancer works for and how it works, I have two oncologists in the family, and when I have these conversations, they start drinking because when you understand the
Do you
dynamics of
blame
what
them?
cancer actually is, and that it's cellular degradation. Like, you can't cure cellular degradation. What you can do is you can stop it in very particular instances. Like, cancer is not one disease. Cancer
Yeah.
is 5 million diseases that you actually have cancer right now. Your body just fights it naturally. It's
Well, yeah.
it yeah, it's sometimes either the cancer is too strong or your immune system does not fight it. Like,
Well, yeah.
there's actually, if you want to see the visualization of it, and my buddy who's like really into, like, really like these oncologists, and he's like, this is like everything he talks about. He said this was one of the best representations of like how a body deals with cancer on a regular basis. There's an anime called Cells at Work, and they have a cancer episode. Like,
Huh.
he said best representation I have ever seen, like visual, because it talks about all the unique cells, how they deal with it, macrophages, everything, and then like talking about that, but you can cure one cancer, like, and that treatment will be ineffective against the other 400 million. Like,
Well,
it
yeah.
is not
It's
possible to
funny.
cure cancer in its entirety unless you cure cellular degradation in its entirety. And you know what you
Yeah.
get when you get that? You either get mutants or you get the cure to death.
Hey everybody, I want to take a moment to talk about our new sponsor, W Energy. If you're tired of the usual energy drinks packed with fillers and artificial ingredients, W Energy is here to change the game. They've created a clean energy formula that is free from maltodextrin, artificial coloring, and unnecessary additives. What sets W apart is their focus on cognitive performance. Their unique blend includes vitamins and nootropics, with the star ingredient being Neurofactor. This patented extract from high-quality coffee cherries has been clinically shown to boost brain performance so you can stay sharp and energized throughout your day. And here's the best part. You can enjoy all of this without breaking the bank. If you're ready for that big energy boost, head over to their website and use code SCIENCE at checkout to get 10% off your order. That's SCIENCE and get 10% off of every order. And it lets them know that we sent you. A big thank you to W Energy for giving us the extra kick we need and for sponsoring today's show. Well, that's the whole thing is like because it's a genetic mutation that causes the cells to multiply at a rapid rate. They
But
can't
do you know
really
why it's
cure
do you
that.
know, like, what the mutation is, and like why it does
Oh,
that?
it's like
It's
a
that it
mitochondrial thing or some shit. I don't. Dude,
Do
exactly.
you
Yeah.
I am
do you
smart in some
realize
aspects, but I'm
like
not smart in all.
do you realize how much you would be targeted if you came up with a cure for cell degradation?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sure they've been working on it, have
That's
gotten
the
close to it, and they just
that's
won't
the
talk
plot
about
of
it.
like every movie, especially in the
Any
90s.
any movie that had to deal with like immortality or fucking medical shit, yeah, it seemed like.
Yeah.
But
Like,
no, man. But
it's
yeah,
yeah.
I think that would go. Yeah, just medical treatment, shit like that. All government should help out with that. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Uh,
there's a lot of things that you could do that would be I mean, yes, there's a lot of people that are against that are against government mandated healthcare, that are against a
also,
lot of different stuff.
I would
But
also vote in that if you wanted to start a war, you don't fight wars with armies. If you want to start the war, the leader of each whatever country, because you're gonna have you can't just run the whole place by yourself. You have to have leaders, leading the little spots that the countries or whatever you want to call,
Hmm. City
So
states, yes.
if they got whatever. So if they got an issue, you don't fight wars with your armies or militias. No, you two fist fight it out, and whoever's left standing gets that's who wins. There you go. That's it. Done and over.
stick them in a UFC ring and see what happens.
Just
Dude,
no,
could
just
That
you
straight up boxing.
that
16-ounce gloves. You get 2 weeks to train, and you just duke it out. There
that
you go.
that that just seems problematic.
Can you listen? I'm telling you, if we solved any of our wars by just taking the leaders of those countries and just have them beat the shit out of each other, or have them bring a representative to beat the shit out of the other representative if they want, or the leader can take it on. Who knows? I don't give a
So,
shit.
oh,
Just put two people in the ring, let them fist fight it out, and whoever wins wins. There you go. Sorry, hate it for you.
Basically,
so
what
you
you're saying is take it back to like the Roman Empire style, where they all picked a quote unquote champion, shoved them in a ring, and shoved them in the damn arena, and whoever came out won.
That's not
Sure.
how that worked. That's not how it worked at all.
Joe just turned into an old
What
lady from a
fucking
commercial.
book? What movie are you interpreting as a documentary right now? Oh no. You know what's funny?
Steve,
Like, I
you
know
are
we have fundamental
kind of
differences
close.
on how we would run our planets and then shit. But I don't know if you know this. So how well do you know Mormonism?
I don't know more. I know Mormonism. Okay, I
So
don't know if that well.
as males,
Knows it very well.
if we were Mormons as males and we did Mormonism well enough and we won Mormonism, when we died, we would each get our own planet and we could do this. That is actual church doctrine. Is that males when they do Mormonism good enough, they become God over their own planet.
I'm gonna have to ask.
Go ask
I'm
her.
gonna have
She'll
my.
do
I'm not gonna wake her up to ask a stupid question like that.
go do your research.
She's gonna turn
is
and
a
look at you and be like, "You're a fucking idiot.
Alright.
I'm going back to sleep."
That's
So
exactly
Steve,
what's gonna happen.
what is your thing you would do to fix or change the earth to your will?
President Steve.
God, yeah, could you imagine that shit? I could
The
fix, dude.
gospel
I could
according
fix
to
all.
Steve.
Dude,
Gospel according to
give me
Steve.
72 hours. I could fix all our fucking problems.
Oh, Lord.
I love
God,
you.
dude,
You're
I
the
don't
best.
know. I don't even know, dude. I like because me. Here's the
Doesn't have to
thing.
be like that life change. It could be something fun.
I made the comment to Christina the other day that we would be, because I mean, you could fix a lot of fucking issues with doing just like simple shit. I mean, for example, think back, and this would kind of actually be my thing, is take us back to, you could have what you have now and the technological advances that we have now, but put it in the format of like, everybody remembers Little House on the Prairie, right?
To a degree, sure.
Sure.
So basically, you took care of you, you maintained you in your area, they were all happy. So take
So
what
you're in
we have
isolation.
now.
That's isolationism, Steve.
It's not isolation. They didn't isolate them. You basically had your area and took care of yourself. If you manage yourself and you don't depend on the government for help, and you don't depend on, oh, well, I'm gonna like whatever. If you just maintained your own self, you would be a lot fucking happier. Because the problem, what I think a lot of the problem is we have now is everybody's so dependent on social media and what this person's doing and that person's doing and this person's doing and that celebrity's doing and this and that and this and that. Is if we just went back to, fuck, I don't even know how long it's before a lot of these issues started. It was
Joe turned on his camera.
he turned on his camera so he could see the look on his face. Go
I'm
back
watching
to
Joe
like,
get angrier and angrier.
he's fuming. Like, social media is a lot of our issues, really,
I can agree with that. I agree
because
with that.
everybody's trying to maintain this persona of like, I want to be like this person or that person. Why don't you be like you? Do you, boo boo, and just live your shit, because
You know,
they don't care about you, and you're never going to have that amount of money. And at the end of the day, we all end up fucking horizontal in a box.
I was just gonna say, the U.S. Kind of took that ideal back in, I think it was like the 1920s up into the 1930s, and then some dude named Hitler took over Europe, and we had to step in.
And we're still Joe's eyes just got the size of baseballs. He's like, "Oh shit!"
I have to beep that, but that was really funny. Oh my god.
So, I
Today's episode is
many of the points that you made regarding social media. However, if you think that isolationism is that young, or is that like that we stop being isolationist that young, oh man, you are like it truly does indict the public education system in your state. Jesus fuck. Oh
Oh,
my
dude,
lord.
North
Ugh.
Carolina's education system isn't the best.
Dude, okay, so like do you know the running joke? So like, it's South Carolina or North Carolina
I would
is
see for hold on
which was
for
yeah.
context, Joe. I wasn't necessarily saying that was the point. I was using that as an
Oh, no, no, no.
example.
No, no, no. Yeah, yeah. No, I know you weren't, and I'm not like that's not. I was just like that. Like yeah, it was just like no, like we've never been isolationist. Like George Washington tried so fucking hard. He tried so fucking hard. But there's something that we have called trade alliances and allies
I
that
mean,
just
I'm not
completely
saying
prohibits that.
we should go the route of isolationism because no, that doesn't work. But what I'm
Mm.
saying is just not necessarily self-govern, like self
Ah,
whatever. I'm just saying like if we cut off a lot of the dependency issues that are there for government
I
assistance and shit, then
mm.
you can eliminate a lot of the problem.
See, and that's where you and I, fundamentally like it's the split is that you are a very isolationist, like separation of powers kind of person, and I'm a federalist. I believe in a very strong
Joe's
centralized government.
communal.
Yeah, I am.
Joe's a communal liver. Joe,
Yeah.
Joe, I see. I can bring this really, really close down. Joe would live in a whole house full of a whole bunch of people, all just living together and making something function together in some form or fashion through communication and through communal
He's like,
assistance.
sure.
No, he's
Yeah,
not wrong. Like I would so
Joe would live in
allergy
on a
aside,
commune.
my thing is if I had a private kitchen so that other people could have dairy and
Anthony has
stuff,
seen
like
where I
yes,
live.
absolutely.
Yeah, Joe would live on a commune. Well, Joe would live in a bubble on a commune. Uh, but
Yeah, he would.
because
A
unfortunately,
fucking
Joe is a
iron
very
bubble.
communal person, but Joe is also a very easily killable person.
Did I ever tell you like my theory as to like why I have food allergies?
Because if you didn't, you'd be a superhero and indestructible.
No,
Yeah, right.
no, well, kind of, but more not so much
Kind of.
hero as like slut. Because God built the Ferrari,
Joe
but
would be the Ozzy Osbourne of
the
venereal
roads are not
disease.
built for it. The roads are not built for it, so he had to put a limiter on there.
There you go.
Like
That's a good
he's
way to
just
look.
Christ.
like
Joe would be the Dennis Rodman of diseases.
I mean, no, I would be safe. I wouldn't be a like a hoe like that, but like also at the same
Oh
time,
god, the
like
only man
yeah.
on the planet to have AIDS for 50 years and not die.
Mm,
Does Dennis Rodman have
there's
AIDS?
more. Yes, he does. No, he
Yeah.
has HIV.
Well, I mean, okay, I get what you mean. All right,
There's a
no,
fucking difference.
there's a difference. There's a complete
I mean,
difference.
there is a difference, but he's also
HIV is just the
lived with that
precursor.
shit for fucking ever,
Yeah,
and
okay, so that's exactly proof that medicine prevents
So,
is based on
well,
income.
is HIV a precursor or is HIV a
if
like
you
a
got money, you can buy life.
I mean, Walt Disney froze himself and he's waiting to be unfrozen. He's underneath Disney World in Florida right now.
Right.
Or I think it's land, not
Is
world.
it land? Oh, I thought it was the Florida one. Either way, he's underneath one of his parks in a cryogenic tube made out of
I would
wood.
just, dude. I would. Do you realize how? Do you realize the high? Oh my god, dude. Okay, here you go.
We got
What
Stonewall
I
Jays.
think would be fucking amazing. The zombie apocalypse happens, and we all meet up at Disney World or Disneyland, and just set that as home base. Do you realize the game of hide and seek that can go down in that place?
That is the worst
Mm,
game of hide and seek that I could ever imagine. I don't want some fucking zomboid in goddamn a Chip and Dale outfit come chasing me through fucking Disney World or underneath some goddamn tunnel.
so, fun fact, you don't need the apocalypse for that to happen. You just need lots of money. You can rent Disney
Look, we
World.
came right back around.
Yeah.
No, and so
I
yeah,
just
so
don't.
So you can
I don't have the money.
privately borrow Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a fucking probably 9-figure amount.
No, it's actually a
Like-
lot. It's actually fairly reasonable. Like it's not as much as you think it is. You can't own
Joe says
you.
Joe says it's fairly reasonable. Like
You
we make a
can't
livable
get
income.
you
Yeah,
can't get
right.
all the parks. You can get one at a time. I'm gonna look this up because there
I
actually
just
is a
want. I
figure.
would just love to play hide and go seek in the tunnels under the fucking park.
You can't do that. You can't do that.
I want to smoke a stogie in the private club that they have for all the rich and famous people.
Right.
Packages started.
I think it's Club 52 or I forgot what it
Yeah,
is.
something like
It's
that.
32. Yeah.
32. I
Club
knew it had a
32 or
2 in it.
52.
I knew it had
So
a 2.
private after hours packages start at 180,000
180,000. I mean, that's a 6-figure amount.
to rent
That's
out
not
Magic Kingdom
bad.
for an evening.
That's honestly not bad though.
I swear to God, if I won the
You can
lottery,
also rent out sections before or after.
if I won the lottery, we would film content in the different parks. I would just rent out the different parks every day of the week.
So to rent
you have no idea.
Disneyland Park starts at around 185, while California's Adventure is 125.
If I will, oh my god, if I won the lottery, I would film every kind of content in
Oh, dude.
Disney.
Oh, yeah.
They're careful about that.
I would turn Mickey Mouse's house into the worst kind of area. They would have to sanitize the shit out of Minnie's kitchen.
Yeah, but the numbers go up wildly depending on like what you're doing because they have to have staff, they have to have security, they have to have people running food stuff like the food, the everything. Like it all costs.
I wonder if you could tell them just like I don't want to rent your people. I just want to rent the park. I just want
Dude,
the park.
don't work
You can
that
have
way.
you can have security at the entrances and exits. You can. I don't need food. It's just gonna be me and a camera crew.
No, okay. Oh, so you want to create a cool Disney?
Bring a hazmat
I just
suit.
want, dude. No, I'm perfectly fine having all the characters and shit, but we're gonna turn them like horror and gory, and just create like the worst fucking horror movie possible.
Nope. No amount of money
They
on
We're
it.
gonna make.
They
We
said
would make
no
Winnie
one
the
dies
Pooh
in
blood.
Disneyland.
We would make Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey look like a child's book.
Jesus.
Dude, Blood and Honey's so good.
Did
I
you know
haven't
that
seen either one yet.
Disney has cats on the payroll?
They have
Have
cats
what?
on payroll.
Not talking about the costume characters.
The
Actual
kitty cats.
cats.
Why do they have cats on payroll to keep the mice away?
So what they do is they are trained cats that will return back to their trainers at the end of the night. But every night in Disney World, I don't know about Disneyland, they literally release like tens of 20s of cats, like however many cats they have, into the parks to freely roam and deal with vermin.
Huh.
hmm
That's kind of cool.
It is the most highly effective vermin control system in a theme park.
That is the cutest form of slave labor I've ever heard. This episode of the Dummy Time Podcast is brought to you in part by Southeast Carolina Crossroads. Addiction is a struggle many Americans suffer with. Being a slave to your vices is never a life one wants to lead, and in today's day and age, finding help with addiction, especially for men, can be just as daunting as the addiction itself. Southeast Carolina Crossroads wants to help you break free from the chains of addiction and give you the tools to help not only get out of the damaging cycle, but also provide skills and lessons to help maintain your sobriety. Their 13-week or 90-day residential program is designed to help men get the support they may desperately need to break free from their addiction and go on to live fulfilling lives without the shadows of drugs or alcohol. I have a great friend that suffered with alcoholism. It was ruining his life, his body, and destroying the person that I knew. And although I am not personally a religious person, I was able to see that the good Crossroads had done for him, and I couldn't recommend them more. So if you or a loved one are struggling to kick their addiction, give Crossroads a call at 910-549-8487 or apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Once again, that is 910-549-8487, or you can also apply online at secarolinacrossroads.com. Thank you, Southeast Carolina Crossroads, for helping my friend and sponsoring today's podcast.
They're very, it's not slave labor. They are well cared for.
I'm sure they're
Oh,
like
dude,
treated
I'm
like...
sure those cats probably eat better than we do.
I was gonna say those cats eat better than I do in some days. Actually, I had a pretty good dinner today. Really good. She just made pasta and meatballs, but they're really good. You know when you cook a meatball just right, so where like you stick it in your mouth and it just disappears.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, it was fucking good.
My wife, we had homemade chicken and dumplings for the birthday party.
nice.
Nice,
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of
very cool.
presents, you got a present not too long ago. Tell me about the good news.
I did get a present. I'm
What'd you
definitely
get?
I'm definitely gifted out to probably fiscal year 2027 with this present. Um this covers my birthday, Christmas, like any other holiday.
I,
No, my since we've been doing all this and I've been basically doing all the podcasts from a very functioning brick of a computer. Um Jesus, that the Mac that we got is like it works great for the
It's screaming.
it worked great for 2006.
yeah, it's working great for like which should
Joe,
be
I like the boxers.
2019, like yeah, right. For which should be like 2018, and it's running great as a brick. Um, but no, my wife surprised me and got me a new computer. So
Oh, that's right.
Well,
Yay!
this
Steve's got
thing
a
has
PC.
this thing is
one of us,
One of
Google
us.
gobble,
One of
Google
us.
gobble.
One
it
of
was
us.
bought. We bought it, and I should not have to touch a thing on this thing for like the next 3+ years.
Beautiful.
Nice.
I was gonna
That's the
say
way you do it.
too, if you go do me a favor, can you open up your Steam inbox?
Damn.
I'd put a drum roll. I'll see if I can find a drum roll that's free and I'll put it in.
A
Your
free
free
ass
drum
drum
roll.
roll. Uh, under my friends. God
Your
damn it!
inbox, Steve.
I don't want to watch that.
Stop watching the preview to the porn game you were looking at earlier. It's in your
I mean,
inbox.
if you call Rainbow Six Siege that, I mean, hey, to each his own, boo boo.
You're welcome.
I'm looking at it. Where the fuck is it?
This
This
is
may
great.
be a
This is great. It's like watching John work on his phone.
kiss my ass. I'm looking at it.
Uh,
There's my friends thing. Pending
It's not
invites.
showing up.
I don't
it
see it.
should be no. I don't think he's. I don't think he's in his inbox.
Look, motherfucker,
Check your library.
I'm trying to
Check your library.
figure out all of this again. I had a PC at one point before. The only thing I've got in there right now is Delta Force.
Do you have downloaded checked off or not download? Like on the top, it says only games that you have downloaded.
No. We'll have
Hold
to
on.
probably talk about this. We'll have to go through all this in a little bit. Yeah, no. I'm fine with like Xbox and all that shit, but when it comes to Steam, I'm trying to get I'm trying to
Oh, it should appear as a notification, and but
see.
yes, I just
Hold
gifted you
on.
shit.
Okay, yeah, 3 new gifts. Okay,
oh,
Far Cry 5.
oh, that's a
Yas.
good one.
So he can live his best prepper life.
Yes, you will really like Far Cry
Ghost
5.
Recon Breakpoint. Very
Breakpoint was
nice.
pretty good.
Rainbow Six Siege.
Nice.
Notice the addition.
Bill Yoth.
Also, I downloaded Delta Force Black Hawk Down.
Nice.
Yes, I'm pretty excited to play that. I'm
Hell
not gonna lie,
yeah.
I'm really excited.
It might
to play
be the
that.
first game that you actually do better than me and Steve at because it's only mouse and keyboard.
Yeah, so with yeah, no, I was kind of a little perturbed because I was hyped about it and I'm like, yes, I can finally play this shit because I couldn't on console and I'd seen it. The graphics on it were just like amazing. They were like Battlefield better than Battlefield graphics, but it plays like Battlefield. Um, I tried it. Yeah, I figured out I suck at mouse and keyboard when it comes to shooter games. So yeah,
It says that
they are
it's
working
not.
on them. They are working on keyboard. They're working on the. It's supposed to be coming, but there's no like when it's coming. But
Yeah, it's on
there
its
was
way.
a guy. There's a YouTube video that you can look up that you can take the keybind for mouse and keyboard and you can reflect those on controller and basically use a controller that way. But it's just I looked at it, I was like, yeah, I'm not about to sit here and try and take keybinds onto a damn controller and remember what's what. No. I'll just wait till it comes out with a computer with a damn controller.
Mm.
Learn mouse and keyboard, buddy. You'll be better for it.
I don't know.
My hands don't really
don't know.
work well that way. It's not the
At
mouse
all.
that's the issue. It's the fucking the keyboard.
Dude, I
Oh yeah.
played COD. I played my first game of COD on the PC since I had to uninstall it, reinstall it because it had a stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was so pissed about that shit. Now it works flawlessly. I don't know what issue that I don't know. For me, it's working like perfect. Um, we're still trying to figure out the issue you're having, Anthony. But
Yeah, I don't fucking know.
like,
Your shit's
dude,
just cursed.
the first match I played, I went to I can move. I just couldn't look around, and I'm like, the fuck is going on? So I hit paused it, went to settings, and I looked at it, and it showed my movement was still locked to the mouse, and I'm like, oh no, 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 no. I had to back out, fix it, and then come back in.
New.
My first match on PC, I guarantee you, I got reported. There's no way I didn't get reported because I decimated like 4 people in simultaneous succession. I finished that game at 39-7.
Damn.
I know I
Very
got
nice.
reported. If I didn't get reported, I'm mad.
If someone didn't think I was cheating, I'm pissed.
If
Jesus.
somebody didn't think I was actually this good, I'm fucking pissed because I suck.
Jesus Christ.
Now, if you'd have took me back like 10 years on like Black Ops and 2 or like one of the original Black Ops, like, yeah, dude. You know what? You know what I think the gaming community needs? The current gamers, like the new like squeakers and the new group that we have, the group of gamers that we have now. I think they really need a dose of like modern warfare lobbies
Oh, dude, they're
and
still just as
how
bad.
like toxic modern warfare and like OG Black
Dude,
Ops lobbies were.
that's the thing. That's the thing. Like, especially with Call of Duty, like they're all still really, really toxic. The difference between now and then is that now we have the option just to shut it all up, and you don't have to listen to it. Whereas back then, we really didn't either have the option, or no one really turned it off or anything like that. Whereas now people just turn that shit off. Like, I don't hear the anything from the other side or from
Old
the
school
lobby.
pre-lobbies were just
Yeah,
how quick
that's what
could
it
we
was.
make somebody cry?
Yeah, like it used to be almost like it was you could mute it in game, but like when you're in the lobby, just in the pregame lobby, it couldn't. But now you can just shut everybody up in the pregame lobby. But it's still like if you have it on and you're listening, it's just as toxic and bullshitty and
Dude,
shitty as it was even when we were teenagers.
I've been com banned for the last 2 Call of Duties.
That's the thing too. They've gotten more advanced with like their fucking systems to where now like if you say something just the wrong word, fucking Call of Duty be like, no, fuck you, get out of here.
Yeah. I've been com
You
banned
no
on the
longer have the
last
permission to
2.
speak.
I think I'm com banned on Black Ops 6 already. But
Fucking
because
Christ.
I've tried talking in lobbies and it either one doesn't register or they just can't hear me. Like I can hear them, but they can't hear me. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But God, back in I think it's back when I had my 360. God, I wish I still had that thing too. Um, yeah, it was back on 360. I've had two different accounts blacklisted because
You
apparently
would.
somebody's mother doesn't like it when you tell their child that. Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
according to
I can't.
TOS, I can't say that.
I fully believe that you would have 2 accounts banned.
I do.
I would fully believe
I
that.
do. And one
Anyway,
of
well,
one of them got banned in the middle of a match. I was more mad
that's
I was
pretty
in the middle
funny.
of a match than it was that I got banned because I had to create
That's
another one.
that's pretty goddamn funny. I'm not gonna lie to you. Well, now that we just talked about how shitty of a person Steve is, make sure to go check out our sponsors and make sure to give W some love because they earned it after this.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
Anyway, yes, use code science over at w.gg. Get yourself some 10% off. It's SCIENCE science. That'll get you 10% off. And appreciate everyone coming and hanging out and listening to us babble about stuff that we probably shouldn't. We probably aren't educated enough to babble about, but fuck it, we're gonna babble about it anyway. That's our jobs. That's what we do.
We're not
But
educated
we
enough to talk about it, but we're
dumb
adult
enough to do
enough
it
to
anyway.
understand each other's points.
Yeah, it's just these conversations we have all the time. It's just some we like to have. We're not always all about just making dick jokes and fucking getting on everybody. We can actually have intelligent-ish kind of conversations sometimes. But anyway, we'll be back next week. Appreciate everybody coming out. Thank you. Bye.
Later. Fuck you, Craig.